AMG actually tuned Honda Civics. So we're in South Africa in the 1980s, and Honda is looking to introduce the Civic, but because the tariffs are so high in South Africa, they need to make it there. The problem is, they don't have a factory. Guess who does have a factory in South Africa? Ferrari. Just kidding, it's Mercedes. So Honda asks Mercedes if they can build a Civic for them. At the same time, for some reason, Mercedes is looking for a cheaper car to sell in their dealerships, as they consider the 190e, the baby Benz, to be still too expensive. Mercedes starts building these Hondas at their East London factory in South Africa. This is still a Mercedes factory today. In fact, many C-classes are built in East London. So Mercedes starts selling Honda Civics at their dealerships, which aren't technically called Civics, they're called Ballade for the South African market, and from what I've read, had slightly more luxurious standard equipment. For instance, it had leather seats, a sunroof, and air conditioning as standard equipment. It's a little bit weird that Mercedes dealers are selling Hondas, but it gets weirder. In Germany, AMG had still not been acquired by Mercedes. It was an independent company. However, they did already work mainly with Mercedes products. And at some point, they must have figured out that if Mercedes was building Honda Civics, they might have to tune Honda Civics. I can't even begin to imagine the sheer amount of white powder that must have been running through those offices. I mean, it was the 80s. And so, they built the Honda Ballade AMG, which is the car that we knew elsewhere as the Honda Civic. So really, it was the Honda Civic AMG. This is where the story starts getting a little bit more unclear, because it's not certain exactly what AMG did to these Civics. The only thing that's certain is that these cars existed. Allegedly, they tuned the 1.6-liter engine, sending it from 160 horsepower to 173. They also added Bilstein shocks and some aftermarket wheels. But no one really knows how many cars they built. Even worse, no one knows how many remain. As of filming this video, there's one single Ballade AMG for sale in all of South Africa. And while this may be one of the weirdest collaborations between car brands in history, it wasn't the only time AMG worked with Japanese car makers. In the 90s, AMG famously built the Mitsubishi Galant AMG. But that's a story for another video. Will we start seeing Honda Civic owners add an AMG badge to their cars? That's uncertain, but it surely may happen. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe for more content on this channel.